Is someone from space trying to connect with the Earth by sending signals, or is it just not that serious? Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today we'll tell you about NASA warning that an exoplanet in space has started sending Earth signals, so let's get started. We found a strange radio signal in space that turned on and off every 18 minutes last year. Astronomers expect to see some repeating radio signals in space, but these signals usually turn on and off much more quickly. Pulsars, which are spinning neutron stars that send out intense beams like lighthouses, are the most common source of repeating signals. Since they move toward and away from Earth, they blink on and off as they do so. As pulsars get older, they slow down and their pulses get weaker until they stop sending out radio waves altogether. Our pulsar is best described as a magnetar, which is a type of pulsar with very complicated and strong magnetic fields that can send out radio waves for months before stopping. NASA found out what happened by looking at the data from 2018. We looked at the data in the year 2020 and found what we thought was a magnetar, but it was no longer sending out radio waves. We couldn't try our magnetar idea because we didn't have enough information. Our universe is very big, and none of the new things we've found so far have been special. We knew we could find another long-period radio source if we looked again and made careful observations. So, for a few months, every 3 nights, the Murchison Wide Field Array Radio Telescope in Western Australia was used to look at our Milky Way galaxy. They weren't kept waiting for too long. As soon as they started looking, they found a new source, which happened every 22 minutes in a different part of the sky. Finally, the time had come that everyone had been waiting for. NASA used every radio, X-ray, and optical telescope they could find to make as many observations as possible. They did this because they thought the planet would be quiet for a short time. Each beat was 5 minutes long and there was a 17-minute gap between them. Our thing looked like a pulsar, but it moved 1,000 times more slowly. When they looked at the oldest radio observations of this part of the sky, that was the biggest surprise. The Very Large Array in New Mexico, United States has been keeping records for the longest time. They found pulses from the source and data from every year they looked at. The oldest record they looked at was from 1988. Since they'd been watching for 30 years, they were able to time the beats very well. The source makes them like a clock every 1,318.1957 seconds, give or take a tenth of a millisecond. Experts aren't sure what to make of the signal, which they've called GPM J1839-10. The signal's been happening at odd times and for longer than anyone thought possible. People think that it comes from about 15,000 light-years away from Earth. This remarkable object challenges our understanding of neutron stars and magnetars, which are some of the most exotic and extreme objects in the universe, lead author Dr. Natasha Hurley-Walker said in a statement on ICRAR's website. According to current theories, the source should be slowing down to make radio waves, but based on what's been seen, it's not. We show in a study published in Nature that the source is below the death line, which is the theoretical limit of how neutron stars can make radio waves. This is true even for very complicated models of magnetic fields. Also, if the source is a magnetar, the radio waves should only be coming from it for a few months to a few years, not 33 years and counting. So when they tried to solve one problem, they accidentally made another. What are these mysterious radio sources that keep coming back? At this point, it's easy to see how alien intelligence could be a possibility. The same thing happened when pulsars were found. Astrophysicist Jocelyn Bell Burnell and her colleagues who found the first pulsar called it LGM-1 for Little Green Men 1. But as Bell and her team found out more, they knew it couldn't be aliens. It would be strange for so many similar signs to be coming from so many different parts of the sky. As with our source, the bursts had no information and were just noise at all frequencies, just like natural radio sources. Also, sending a signal at all frequencies requires so much energy that it would take a neutron star to do it. It's easy to use this method to explain something new, but it's not the best way to do it. It doesn't make us want to keep thinking, looking around, and trying out new ideas. I call this technique the aliens of the gaps method. Astronomers think that the most likely cause is pulsars, which are neutron stars that blink and spin like lighthouses and send out intense beams as they move towards and away from Earth. But pulsars slow down over time and their bursts get weaker until they stop sending out radio waves. Even stranger is that the object found looks like a pulsar but spins 1,000 times slower. Another option is that the object is an ultra-long period magnetar, which is a rare type of neutron star with very strong magnetic fields that can release huge amounts of energy in short bursts. According to the study, until recently, all known magnetars released energy every few seconds to minutes, which is a lot more often than how often this object releases radio waves, which is every 22 minutes. The study says that magnetars send out radio waves for a few months and then stop, not for 35 years and counting. Radio waves should be going down, but measurements show that this is not happening. Researchers think it shouldn't even be able to make radio waves. The object is spinning so slowly that it's crossed the death line, the point at which a star's magnetic field gets too weak to send out radio waves. Astronomers say that more observations and study are needed to figure out what's causing the pulsing that they can't explain. This is one of many strange things that have been found this year outside of Earth's gravity. Researchers at Sandia National Laboratories got strange results in May after using solar-powered balloons to record strange sounds in the air. Also, in January, NASA's James Webb Space Telescope found a world outside of our solar system that was like Earth. The good news is that this source is still working, so anyone on Earth can see it. With creative follow-up findings and more research, we might be able to figure out this new cosmic puzzle. NASA has been looking for signs of life from other planets on Earth and in space after hearing about many strange things that can't be explained. The answer to the big question, is there life beyond Earth, is a funny one. No one can agree on what life is. But maybe we don't need one. We just need to find signs of life in the atmosphere of an alien to get a better idea of what these things look like on Earth. The James Webb Space Telescope, which is set to launch in 2021, could be the first instrument to look at how the atmospheres of exoplanets about the size of Earth are made up. Webb, or a similar mission in the future, could find signs of an atmosphere like ours, like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and methane. A strong sign of the possibility of life. In the future, telescopes may be able to pick up signs of photosynthesis, the process by which plants turn light into chemical energy, as well as gases or molecules that show the presence of living things. Intelligent, complex life may pollute the environment just like it does on Earth, and this pollution may be able to be seen from far away. Of course, the best we can do is guess how likely something is to happen. Even so, an extrasolar planet with a 95% chance of life would be a major game changer. The future would definitely answer all our questions as NASA gets even more advanced with time. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and comment down with your thoughts on this topic, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.